Yeah. Peace and blessings to the show. Let me get IG in here too though. Peace and blessings to the chosen, man.
Peace and blessings.
Drop the 7 in the comments. Everything coming through clear. Man, I pray everything good with y'all families. So far through the week, man, we got some information that we want to discuss or put it on the table so that we can make sense of what's going on in the world with these events that's happening. So many people don't understand the significance of what these events mean, what they'll lead to, why they happening, who are these people involved, what does it mean for us as a people, you know what I mean? So we want to talk about that tonight. All praise to the Most High. We got 2 witnesses for the 7. Only the real, the video last night said it disappeared from the other night or whatnot. We working on getting it back up. We were streaming through a new platform. It's still in the archive, so after a while, when we get everything figured out about how that system works, we're going to upload it to the channel. So jumping right into it, man, without wasting any time, I'm going to share my screen for everybody to be aware of, those who may not be aware of what just happened. Fair use when we show these videos is for educational purposes. It's not for us to try to monetize and get money off of it. We just trying to make the people aware of what's going on. Because in the end, money ain't gonna matter anyway. What's gonna matter is our souls and where you stand at in regard to the Most High. Iran just sent over 200 missiles to Israel. 200 now. Iran sent over 200 missiles to Israel. Now, in the midst of that, what's going on? They have what's called the Iron Dome. If you're not aware of it, they have a system set up to where they have radars that can track, find, and see missiles and threats that's coming through the airspace. And then they will send out rockets or missiles of their own to counter those missiles that's coming to land on their area. So it basically neutralized the missile that's targeting their city, the Israel state, Jerusalem, Tel Aviv, or wherever. It'll neutralize it in the sky and cause, their missile to never make impact. However, last night, October 1st, a lot of those missiles did make contact. So what we got to take from that, if we talk in war, if we think in war, if a bomb hits your house and people are in your house, or a bomb hit this building, this hospital, this school,
right?
You know what I mean? Listen, this pharmacy, well, that means that it's a chance that is a casualty or a death of a person, which that then inspires heat, that inspires a reason to say, well, we got to trade life for life. This is how war works, man. All right, so we're going to share this video. Smash the like button when you come in. What they do, that's going to put us in the algorithm. This video, rather. It ain't even about us. You ain't got to worry about us. It's going to put the video in the algorithm for people who need to know, who don't know. Want to raise the awareness about what's going on. All right, so we're going to share the video. Peace and blessing everybody over IG, everybody over Facebook as well. Fair use on using this video. Fair use. Fair use. Let me see. Here we go. Check it out, family. Matter of fact, let me go back. Hold up. Hold up. Here we go. And so, and while we at, I'm just saying, there's going to be a lot of people, they not going to want to hear this. They're not going to take heed to it. They not going to care about it. But in the end, those who listen, trust me, you're going to be praising the Most High that you listen. Here we go.
No! You! والله هذا المتابع القادم لكن هذا كلهم يعطون ورا بعض
See, these missiles that's coming out the sky, they not being intercepted. They actually landed and making contact. All right, and we see it's a barrage of them. Out of the 200, the amount that they said that Iran sent to Jerusalem. This ain't CGI, family. This not AI generated, family. This real life. You looking and listening to the responses of the people who watching it happen and take place in front of them. Let's go back. Let's go back. This ain't AI generated. Look at that. Look at them. That's making contact. That mean they hitting targets. What was in the proximity in the vicinity of when that missile exploded? Who was in the proximity of it? People got to pay for that. What you say, Shim?
I said, ain't no telling.
I ain't no telling. And you know what I said when I saw this?
What's that, King?
When I saw that, I said, man, they look like stars falling.
Right.
They look like stars falling out the sky. Why does this matter though, family? Iran bombing the state of Israel or the Jewish state. All right, so let's go back and travel in time a little bit. Here's the example. It's a group of people. These group of people understand that this one fella right here, little bro right here, dude, wow. He's so wild to where, man, we gonna do our best. We all gonna agree that he don't need no rocket launcher. Because if he have a rocket launcher, I know he might kill all of us. This the mind state that the world came to agreement about, these different world powers, saying that Iran don't need nuclear weapons. All right, so what's going on with that? How did they keep him from having nuclear weapons? Okay, Trump was in office. He put sanctions on Iran. Iran's one of the major resources that they provide, family, is oil. They was producing like 2 million gallons a day. When they got the sanctions put on them, they dropped down to like 250,000 gallons. So this, you got to understand, from going from 2 million to 250,000, there's going to be a hit, an impact on the finances that flows through that country. So now the money is depleted. Even if you look at it, juxtaposed talking about the value of a dollar bill or US dollar compared to, I think they deal in dinar if I'm not mistaken, but the money and the currency that Iran uses, $1 bill from the US is equal to like thousands of the type of money that they have. So I'm saying their value of money is low. That means that the people themselves gonna be scrambling. It's a struggle. You think we dealing with inflation? You got to put that in mind of how they living then. All right, so going on understanding that these sanctions been put on them, they couldn't get the funding that's necessary in order to have missiles produced. Along with that though, so now you get Trump out the way, and you get the administration for Joe Biden and Harris in there. They make an agreement to give Iran $6 billion.
What you think they gonna do with that money?
$6 billion. You know what bro said? What you think they gonna do with that bread? All right, now if you go into the research about it though, they saying that, well, none of the $6 billion has been touched since that agreement came about in 2023. However, if a person is saying, well, I know I got $6 billion in the bank, hey, I might as well go ahead and spend some bread on these missiles because I got it coming to me anyway. Whatever I lose, I'm going to replace it. I got some in the stash. But they only saying that, family, because like now, the Houthis, Hamas, Hezbollah, however you pronounce it, look, they branches of Iran. So those people, those groups, those terrorist groups, as they call them, who warring on every side of the state of Israel, being funded by Iran, meaning that they had to have a source of money to be able to provide them with the money that's needed for artillery.
True.
All right, but so far, since before last night, it's just been what they call a proxy war. So meaning Iran ain't directly making no hits on the Jewish state or the Israel state. They just been sending their hitters through there. Hey, I'm gonna give y'all 200,000. I'm gonna give y'all 200 million or whatever. 2 million, y'all go pay for this, and then y'all attack them. Y'all attack from the north, from the east, from the south, and Iran themselves, they in the west, the western region, well, the eastern region. I'm sorry, the eastern region of the Jewish or the Israeli state. So what's going on? With this Iron Dome that's intercepting the missiles that Iran launched on Israel, you got America's presence to help them. They saying, well, we gonna help. Now look, listen to this. Look, listen what I just said though, family. The U.S. is helping the Israeli state when it comes to intercepting the missiles to prevent them from being bombed.
Right.
But we can pull up the record showing that, again, the U.S. has sent money to Iran. So it's like they on both sides. Matter of fact, if you don't know, the U.S. sent money to Lebanon, who is another branch and another issue for the Israeli state, who America is allies with, family. All right, so what else does this matter? Why else does this make sense or matter? Okay, we got the Russian and Ukraine war, right?
Right.
Russia is doing the same thing for Syria that America is doing for the Israeli state, helping them intercept missiles.
Right.
So with that being said, we're looking at the different allies. All right, now let me go back though. With the sanctions that was placed on Iran, Iran couldn't get the funding that was needed because they didn't have the same production of oil. But however, that changed because when the sanctions was lifted with the Biden administration, guess who come in paying for all the oil? China. China, who we know is an aggressive state, an aggressive country, got a problem with the U.S. Got a problem with America. So now we're looking at another ally, another key person, another key character within this whole situation that's going to lead up to the World War III. All right, and it ain't going to be like nothing else that we ever seen in this world. So when that happened, family, you got America will be drawn into the war. China will be drawn into the war. China is allies with Russia. Ukraine trying to be the ally, of course, through America or in the neighboring states, along with the Israeli state, the Jewish state. This is the foundation being set, family, that's going to lead to all these kings in these different countries coming into what the final point going to be, them brought into the Valley of Decisions or the Valley of Jehoshaphat for the Armageddon War. Shem, you got something you want to say before we go any further?
Just like, I mean, you gotta think like the things that you're saying, you bringing out. It's like we just sitting up here talking, but in actuality, what are the effects of those things? You know what I'm saying, that we discussing over here. We see now that, especially with the cargo situation, with the union strikes going on, you include that with the war or the potential war. And the fact that we spending billions of dollars to help out foreign countries when our people here are, have to pay double rent, that they, got to pay more for groceries. With our people starving, but we helping other nations out because we have to keep that, you got to keep the wheel rolling with supporting your people for you can have dominance all over the world. So if you stop giving the money, if you stop paying the people, then you lose your dominance. And the bad part about that is you taking money from the people. You look at America like infrastructure, bro. I hit so many potholes, bro. When you look like you see America is crumbling, bro.
Yes, it is.
Like it's only a few states that's really, you know, as far as like the architecture go, that is sound and it's nice and it's clean and it's you don't find too many places like that. Like not big cities, let me say that. So I think that what you're saying, King, is like, man, it's bigger than you and bigger than what you or I can imagine like how it's gonna be. Like we see, just imagine right now, like you were showing the videos of the rockets flying out the air. Like who prepared for that? Who is prepared right now to have a rocket shoot in your neighborhood, killing hundreds of people? You know, you got to go. Alarms going off. You got to go for cover. All right, that's what we going into, fam, for real. And then on top of that, like you were just speaking on, not just one country. It's like several countries. You got, like you say, China and Taiwan. You got the Ukraine. You got Russia. You got Israel and the Palestine. You got Russia. Then don't forget about North Korea.
Oh man.
And then don't forget about India. India has some of the most, I think they have, they are a nuclear country too. Yeah, they have nuclear, and they have a large population.
BRICS.
The BRICS nations.
BRICS nation.
We see the dollar, you see the dollar crumbling, you know, but every great nation failed. Egypt fell to the Greeks, Alexander the Greek. That's who Egypt fell to. And then the Romans came in and sacked them. You see what I'm saying? So every great kingdom has had their run. Has had their run. Real talk. Every great kingdom. So I just see this world. Not just America. I just see it's crumbling, bro. It's never been a time, King, where you had like all this stuff happening at once. And plus the storms, when you think about the storms, when you could consider the storms, imagine what type of economic impact that has on the nation. And we not even getting into the war. We not even getting to the strikes going on. Just that within itself. You keep now you have to expend what? Your National Guard. That costs taxpayers money. You got to feed them. You got to pay for fuel. You know, all of this stuff, and you got to pay them a check. You know what I'm saying? They have to get paid. So all those are expenses. And what we seeing right now, we see the dollar crash.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, along with don't forget the immigrants situation.
Yep.
All right. So, but aside, what I'm gonna add to it, on the subject matter, talking about the hurricanes. All right. When we read, at least when I read it, I don't know who the audience and what sources y'all use as far as your study, but within the scriptures, I do use Enoch. So Enoch tell us that there's 3 wonders in each quarter of the earth. So you got 3 in the east, you got 3 north, 3 south, 3 west. And out of those 3 wonders, the middle one, winds blow that bring forth blessings, benefits, health, you know, good rain, things like that. But the side windows, which is on your right or on your left, so they bring in destruction, hell, and different things like that that's not favorable. So when I was looking at the path that these hurricanes is coming from, a lot of them coming from what seems to be those directions, showing you like lining up that the scripture. It's the foundation and the point that people need to understand. So it's been so much money put into making people not be aware of or have a concern for the Bible. But when the world start getting to a point where fear is the crown on the head of the people, they start having open ears and they start reverting back to what's inside them. And that is, I want to know, shoot, what did the Creator say? What's going on? North Carolina situation, family. I've heard different people on the count saying, man, they don't think that they could even recover for how Helen hit them. Pulling, Most High have mercy, but they've been pulling bodies out. They still finding bodies. Even the system, the traveling system routes, they didn't cut off a lot of roads. I know the western side of North Carolina, they can't even pass through to come to Tennessee, you know, for people trying to leave there. But here go another interesting fact about North Carolina. One is the date showing that you got the young brother, I believe he was 21 years old, if I'm not mistaken. Javion McGee, trucker, went through North Carolina, ended up getting found hung with a rope around his neck in North Carolina, Henderson, North Carolina. Now I'm seeing that the date was showing it happened in 2023. Maybe they just not coming out with it in 2024, but however, it happened. So now here recently, Helen goes through there. North Carolina, they really got hit hard and said it was like 60 bodies when the waters and everything subsided that they found of people in trees. All right, so that's interesting in itself, but then we go further a step to say, well, also the significance of North Carolina, family. I'm gonna share my screen. I'm gonna show it. Here we go. Share my screen. Check this out. Check this out. Let me see. Yeah. Check out the significance of North Carolina. I don't know what that is. Hold up. Hold up. Let me refresh it. Close the ad. What it say? A look at the small North Carolina mining town at the heart of the AI boom. Spruce Pine is the only place in the world you can find the precious minerals needed to make computer chips. This is North Carolina, family. So we looking at it to say, well, these winds these destructive winds, this hurricane, they came through North Carolina and set these folks in the point that, like I talked about a few nights or Sabbaths ago, this digital duality that the devil want to get, the ominous twin, I forgot what he called it, but however, go check out that video. But anyhow, so this right here is going to put a stump on the production of AI. Not only AI, cell phones, cars. Check this out.
If it took me 30 minutes to get the job done, it's because I spent the last 10 years mastering it.
Okay, you mastered it.
Time now to connect the dots. When we make the news make sense, artificial intelligence is growing at an unprecedented rate, and a small mining town right here in North Carolina is fueling a lot of it.
Some of the most critical minerals needed to make computer chips are mined right here in our own backyard. Let's connect the dots. Ultra high purity quartz is an essential component to the chips that are powered.
Put that in your vocabulary book. Ultra high sensitive or purity quartz. I'm gonna go back. Let's get that right.
To the chips that are powering the ultra high purity quartz is an essential component.
Ultra high purity quartz. It is essential. It's paramount. It's important. You can't make it without it. You need it in order to create whatever else he finna say. Watch this.
To the chips that are powering the AI revolution. Right now, 2 mines in the small town of Spruce Pine, about 2 hours northwest of Charlotte, are the only places on the planet you can get this high quality mineral. The owner of the mine, Sibelco, just invested $700 million to expand its capacity and keep up with the major demand. Still, experts are nervous about whether or not it'll be able to keep pace. That's because experts believe if these mines stopped operating, it would lead to a, quote, catastrophic disruption in the world economy that could set the...
If they stop production in those mines, it'll lead to not no regular, but a catastrophic. Let's go back. What did he say?
That's because experts believe if these mines stopped operating, it would lead to a, quote, catastrophic disruption in the world economy that could set the world back decades. And that
10 years
is connecting the dots.
But King, so do you think that they not telling us this right now? You know, because this, why hasn't this been, you know, so people don't consider things like this because we so distracted by other things. But
There we go.
that chip that's in your credit card, you know, a lot of people say today that they banks won't, they call they bank in the bank.
That's it.
I don't know. or they didn't have access to their funds. You know, a lot of people, you know, I saw that or whatnot. I heard stories about that going on. So what you need to do, keep some cash on deck. Learn to get wing yourself off the system, just like we spoke about last week. And that computer chip. That's why Taiwan, you know, Taiwan is a major producer of the microchips. When you go look at Taiwan, that's why China wants Taiwan. Because with the everything is going AI. So who can produce the most microchips? Guess what? Those the ones that's gonna be in power. And that's a large blow to the economy, according to what this video just spoke on.
So and tying it in too, family, to what we saying, what we start with leading up to that war.
Yeah.
Do you not believe that any of these chips or this high purity mineral is needed to make a rocket or a missile? If it's needed to make a missile, family, listen, that means America just lost a lot of their capability to produce these missiles, which that's going to be needed for war. Then what I posted earlier too, for those who may not see, you know what I mean? Because people didn't understand or see why it's important talking about this Iron Dome. Iran is playing a super smart way, man, to constantly get the Israeli state to use up their firepower. After a while, listen, you run dry. How long you think it take for them to recreate, rebuild, and reproduce, remanufacture a missile? If they sent 200 of them, listen, and they ain't been sending them the whole time. They've been having a Houthis attack, having a Hamas attack, have Hezbollah attack. And in the meanwhile of that exchange, that firepower, listen, you still got to be recreating. You got to reload. How long is it going to take to reload? This is what I'm saying, family. So after a while, what does that lead to?
Basically saying the production, it can't, I mean, the war can't keep up with the production.
There we go.
Eventually, they're going to run out of resources, and to the point where their support system, which is U.S., our country, is going to be putting out so much billions and billions that it's going to run its dry. You know what I'm saying? Because you fighting all these different wars on 3 different war fronts. You got like you say, you got the China stuff going on. You got Ukraine and Russia going on. You got the Palestinians and the the Israelis going on. Now you add Iran in it, on top of North Korea, on top of the border stuff, the stuff that you got here, on top of the storms, on top of the strikes. Come on now.
Man.
And man, it's crazy, King, that man, we've been saying this for a long, long time. And most of the time when you talk like this and when you study, and man, you pay attention and you pay attention to the current state of the world and current events, you try to stay abreast up on it. You know, you ain't trying to be out here bragging, you know what I'm saying, be boisterous about, you know, whatever. But man, people take that as being the more you know, people will call you crazy, bro. But we ain't looking too crazy now, P. You feel me?
No, yeah.
Everything is not looking crazy now. It's right on time. And people starting to wake up and they start to see. Like me personally, I don't get off by seeing nobody suffer. I just want people to know, like, man, it is real. You can wake up one day, boom, your phones don't work. You can wake up one day, your credit card don't work. I'm somebody, no more. It's over with. Nobody vision that. If I would have told people 15 years ago, one day we going to wake up and they going to tell us we need vaccines and we going to walk around with masks on our face because everybody going to be sick. We going to have to wear masks. They going to shut the people to say, nigga, you crazy. That's what they would say. But it happened. So don't think just because it ain't happened yet that it won't happen. And I think people get confused on that, man. So it's important. It's important, bro.
It is. Yeah. And so with all that, family, all this stuff must happen though. These things must happen. So even though it's terrible, it's gonna be a lot of bloodshed. It's gonna be a lot of lives lost. It's gonna be major damage done. But all this has to happen because these different nations including the people who in Iran, including the people of the Israeli state, when you go back into history, all these folks collectively made an agreement to say, well, you know what? We gonna agree to keep these Israelites, you and my people. We're gonna keep our foot on their neck, so much so that they won't be able to get back to the homeland, or which that's the land that they fighting over. And along with that, the name of Israel will be no more remembered. We're gonna cut them off from their heritage. So all these folks came together against us. The Most High then turn it around to where I'm gonna let y'all X each other out in the end and bring my people from the midst of that as the victors to inherit the world without end, like it's saying in Isaiah 45 and 17. Salvation, world without end for Israel. All right, I'm trying to see if there's anything else that I want to show or talk about. Question, comments, and concerns so far, though, family. Yes, indeed, the port strike goes with it. So we talked about the port strike. We're gonna have to get the video back up. Like I said, we were streaming that subject matter through a new platform. But we're gonna try to get it uploaded to the channel for anybody who missed it, which is important. Why, you know, catching these messages live is important too. Trust me, family. If it was a time where people didn't believe you speaking prophecy to your family, to your friends, to strangers, now is their hour. They looking for answers. And the Most High been supplying us over the years. So the Iranians, according to the scriptures, is the Medes. So when we read about the Most High said he gonna stir up the spirit of the Medes, I got another video. He said he gonna stir up the spirit of the Medes against Babylon. Babylon is a word used that spawns from the base of confusion. So the city of confusion in America is that. Everybody don't agree with it. However, this is what we believe. All right, so with that being said, family, he said he gonna stir up the Medes, and they not gonna regard gold nor silver.
So what he's saying is just to interject for a second, King. He's saying the Medes. Mm-hmm. So the Medes are a certain group of people. Explain to them, King, who the Medes are and what land do they come from, so the people can get, you know, so you can nail it.
Okay, so again, we understand through word process, which means that a word changes, things change. So just like this landmass might have been called, I'm just using it as an example, not even that I believe it, but just an example. Atlanta might have been called Atlantis. Let's say that. Or I'll give you an even better one that I do believe. The land of Palestine, today what's called Palestine, is actually the land of Philistines, or the Philistines, biblically. So in the Bible, that land would be called Philistine, the land of the Philistines. But through time and, you know, new generation being born into the earth, you got another language that is not being referred to in Aramaic or in the ancient Hebrew. We speaking of addressing it in an English tongue. They call it Palestine. Same place, but it got a different name because the time period that we speaking on this particular location. So now when we apply that understanding to Iran, the land of Iran, the people the Iranians that inhabit that land, in the Bible, that land is not called Iran. That land is called, it's the land of the Medes. So this is a part of the Persian Empire. Even when we read 2nd Esdras 15, which we'll get there too, a part of it is when they refer to the Carmanians. The Carmanians is talking about these people who the scripture referred to as the Medes. So biblically they call the Medes. In modern time they call the Iranians. All right, so preferably y'all understand it. So going forward, let me show this video, man. Let me show you this video. Listen to what some of the experts had to say. Fair use with this video. Fair use, man. Let's see which one I want. I'm trying to find it, family. Okay. Yeah, this is it. Let me go back.
Trump's comments, to the two of them, on Iran's attack on Israel. Roll it.
Iran is not only a threat to Israel, Iran is also a threat to American personnel in the region, American interests.
So this woman, she's speaking some truth when she say that. She said Iran is not just a threat to, the state of Israel,
Right.
but they are a threat to America. So that's telling us too, America is an ally with the state of Israel. If me and this other person is at war and your relatives is with that person and I erase, X out one of your relatives, you gonna feel some kind of way. You gonna want some get back. So just like that, when the bombing happened, if they so happen to X out some America, which they already have, listen, that's gonna be grounds and reason for America to get involved.
Right.
They trying to stay out of it, but because of prophecy, man, America is gonna be brought into it.
And innocent civilians across the region who suffer at the hands of Iran-based and backed terrorist proxies. We will never hesitate to take whatever action is necessary to defend U.S. forces and interests.
I've been talking about World War III for a long time. They are very close to global catastrophe. We have a non-existent president and a non-existent vice president who should be in charge, but nobody knows what's going on.
Well, Florida Congressman Mike Waltz.
And that's a part of what's going on too, fam. I'm gonna play the video, but this is a part of why you gotta imagine the plane is flying and the plane is America. But there's no pilot in the seat right now, no official pilot, because guess what? They saying, well, Biden, he didn't step back, and they saying, well, there was a coup. He mad about, said they didn't kind of gather the Democratic Party and they wanted him out because we seen he was loony. He go forth and say, well, I'm gonna elect Kamala, but she ain't the official leader of the nation. So the plane is flying, but there's no official person in the seat. This is what Trump talking about when he just said what he said. Saying the president should do this, but the leader is absent. So who's really gonna make the call and the decision on how to handle the situation? That's confusion within the ranks right there. All right.
Waltz joins me now. Sir, do you think we're close to World War III?
Well, Stu, we've got the largest war in Europe since World War II and nuclear saber rattling going on, number one. And then now, number two, imagine if one of those 200 ballistic missiles that Iran just fired on Israel had a nuclear warhead on it. That is just hard to wrap your mind around, but a very serious prospect if we don't get a change in leadership in the White House. And what President Trump knew was that, number one, we could have prevented this, but number two, he dried up Iran's cash. And no matter.
He dried up Iran's cash. Fair use, family. Fair use, YouTube. Fair use, Facebook, IG. Said Trump when he put them sanctions on Iran, they dried up their cash to where they couldn't produce missiles.
Right.
So now that the sanctions been lifted before Biden got out of the seat of leading the country, China started spending that bread with Iran. Them folk got money circulating through their society again. Guess what? Now they been able to fund the production of these missiles, and now we get a result of what we seeing.
And some of these countries, King, they even starve their people out. Like when you look at North Korea, they spend a large amount of their money towards their defensive budget, meaning they ban artillery, like you're saying. So they willing to make the sacrifice like all this time. You know, ever since America invaded Iraq, Iran started tightening up their arsenal. So while we were spending money and utilizing our resources to fight, over in Afghanistan and Iraq, these people was, building their artillery up, starving their people out.
Yes,
just to make sure, because this day, they knew that this day right here was going to come. And now we to the point where we're faced with a three-front war. We spending money that way. You got an immigration crisis going on here. You got homelessness going on. You got drug abuse going on. You got all these different things that's small and incremental, but at the same time, they deal deadly blows. Straight up. And that's what this country is going through right now. You got these people striking. You know what I'm saying? You got people, you go to the stores right now, you can't find food in the store. But I was telling people, King, I was telling them, hey, store your food. Go buy your, how many times have we didn't say the word generator, King? Go get a generator. How many times we said, go get some ammunition? How many times we said, man, just store your food, your water, make sure you have a ready bag. Remember we did a ready bag video of showing people how to be ready?
Yes, indeed.
Now look where we at. So we ain't sitting up here talking crazy. It is real. See, when people tell you something you don't want to hear, man, even me, myself included, sometimes when we don't want to, you know, when the words are not sweet to our ears, bro, we kind of get bent out of shape about it. But man, it can be for your own good, and people need to take heed, man, and pray to the Most High that the stores do. What if the stores don't open back up right now? What would you do? If the stores never, if the strike went on for the next 10 weeks, what is your plan? Ask yourself right now, where you at now? We ain't talking about what you gonna lie and say you gonna do when everything open up. We talking about what you doing right now. You know what I'm saying? What can you do for yourself right now? If they said the stores don't open up for the next 2 months, could you actually feed your family right now? That's the and guess what, King? One way to control a person is through their stomach.
I'm trying to tell you.
How you think they train animals through their stomach? You want to, you know what I'm saying? When you get hungry, bro, ain't no telling what you might do. You might become a cannibal. For real. Real talk, man. And part of these curses that's going on, you know what I'm saying? It's part of everything that's just like the scriptures say that was going to transpire in the latter days. War, famine, and disease. COVID out of nowhere. Man, during COVID, you had so many people to drop and die that it became normal for be like, yeah, man, death became normal for a while. Yeah, he had COVID, he died.
Yeah, that's facts.
You know, just think about how many people you know that you know, and that they know, and that the person they know that know somebody that died. On somebody on a consistent basis. So we just coming out of it to this, man. The world ain't been straight since 2017, 16. Real talk. The world haven't been right like since about 2016, 2013. After that, America became a new America. It was one time baby formula, bro. You couldn't even find baby formula.
I remember that.
How soon do we forget, right?
I remember that. All right, so I'm gonna get this though. Luke 21. Luke 21, man. So what's the news? What's the breaking news? What's the current update? Man, Matthew 24, Luke 21, 2nd Esdras 15. All these things, 2nd Baruch, all this stuff is going on simultaneously. And this is why the records, again, what I'm saying, it's been billions of dollars poured into the programming of the people to not want to read. To not want to read specifically even more the scriptures, the Bible. Where are the witches to make sense of the situation that we're talking about tonight? Where's the warlocks? Where's the people who saying the Egyptologists and all this? Where's the Scientologists to make sense of all these things? They don't have the answers. But the answers is in the Bible, family. The same book they trying to program the masses to hate. And so for those who have an ear to hear, who will listen and heed to the word of the Most High, man, this the warning, not just for y'all, but for us too. Everybody ain't gonna get it. It say broad and wide. Broad and wide is the way that lead to destruction. So it's gonna be a lot of people they gonna hear it, cast it behind their back, go back to sleep. They not gonna pay no mind to it. But those who got the wisdom in them to say, man, I'm gonna take heed to what the Most High said. He done sent his prophets and prophets. His word that went out in the earth to warn the people. He said he ain't gonna do nothing unless he first sent a word first. You know what I mean? Through his servants, the prophets. Because he is a power, Elohim, a God of equity. He not gonna just condemn and send judgment without giving a person a chance to get ready. Without giving you a chance to get yourself right. All right, so but Luke 21 verse 34 says, and take heed to yourselves.
You want me to read it for you, Shem?
Come on, read it for me.
It said, and take heed to yourselves. Lest
Stop.
any
Take heed to yourselves. And what's going on, when I'm going to tie this in with a message that's coming too. We need to be searching ourselves, because the problem going to be, you too busy searching me. You too busy trying to search out what's going on with bro. When your household is at risk, each one of our households, we ain't got time for that. Go ahead, Ken.
and take heed to yourselves,
Mm-hmm.
lest any time your heart be overcharged with surfeiting,
Mm-hmm.
drunkenness,
Mm-hmm.
and cares of this life.
And
so
cares of this life is going to be so many people distracted, even now, not understanding the signs of the times. Hurricane that came through, they striking at the border. Got 5 more hurricanes that's supposed to come. Don't know what else finna roll out. The immigration thing still happening. And it's gonna still be people saying, hold up, let me lay out my Christmas outfit. Let me go get me a Christmas tree. Let me go waste some money on wrapping a Christmas present and some Scotch paper. To instill and install another generation, another curse on the generation come behind to celebrate a pagan day that the Most High hate. It's still people gonna be, well, let me go party and live like YOLO. When it's at the door, man, it's bamming at the door right now. We're not saying it's gonna happen tomorrow or next week. We saying right now was the time, if it never been a time, to prep and get ready. Yeah, the horns is going off. We said, and take care of this life. You worrying about the wrong thing. Go ahead.
And it said, and cares of this life, and so that day come upon you unaware.
Unaware. I'm be shocked. Because when the word was coming out and the signs was happening, like the master told us, he said, you know when it's almost summertime. Say, y'all so smart, y'all even look at the face of the sky, it's red. Say, oh, it's gonna be fair weather. You can tell the weather and everything else, but you can't tell that we living in the last days. You can't tell this thing coming to a screeching halt in a close. Said it's gonna come upon people unaware because they not looking and they concerned with the cares of this life. He's still trying to find out, can he get a chain full of diamonds? When them folks send them missiles, always said, man, they don't regard gold. Or, you can't buy these Medes or these Iranians out, man. You can't, listen, you can't bribe them. That's what the Most High saying.
That's right.
These folks willing to go kamikaze. They willing to sacrifice themselves. I'm talking even a small child. He said, man, in the name of my belief in my religion, I'm ready to kill whoever. What you think, how much money you think you can present to this person, this individual? Because they not attached or don't have the cares of this life. They saying, man, we trying to get it done with the mission that we got set under our God. That's what these folks saying. All right, keep going, King.
For as a snare shall it come on all them that dwell on the face of the whole earth.
So this thing ain't gonna just be exclusive to certain areas. Listen, everybody gonna feel it. Everybody gonna be able to witness this in some form or fashion, man. Keep going.
Watch ye therefore.
Do what?
Watch ye therefore.
Watch what you look. Pay attention to what's going on in the world. You might, okay, play your game. Don't spend 20 hours on your game, bro. Man, it's time, man, you need to be aware of what's going on for you and your family. Said, watch ye therefore. Keep going.
And pray always.
Do what?
And pray always.
Pray always. We gotta be in communication with the Most High. He ain't say pray just when you got some kind of issue going on, man. Right now, it's a lot of people fear didn't hit the household. They understand it. They understand it at a level that war is coming, so they afraid. The people only wanted to pray when the hurricane came through. But He said pray all the time, bro. Sister, what you finna say, Shem?
Just like what you breaking down when the hurricane came, not only that, when this strike came, you see people now they rushing in them stores. You like I said, it's evident, bro. You can see it. You know, they taking tissue, they taking paper towels, they want it all, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They to the point where, you know, like I said, you going into some of these stores, you can't get food. You can't get food for your child. Why? Because everybody in a panic mode. We're not being proactive, we being reactive. And that's what's going on. Like, you know, we're not taking the initiative to say, look, man, let me go ahead and let me think about this. Let me sit down and see what's going on. You know, let me examine myself. Not only that, let me examine my situation and see if I'm fit for this battle that's about to take place. Let me at least give myself a fighting chance that in the day, if a day do like that occur at some point in time, that I'll be secure, I'll be straight, you know? So it is what it is, bro.
Indeed, man. Finish it out for me.
And it said that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass and to stand before the Son of Man.
And so that's a part of the prayer, family. Man, we praying that we be found worthy to escape all these things. Because it's gonna happen. It ain't no if about it. The question is when it's gonna happen. All right, so in the meanwhile, there's another branch of funneling these billions of dollars to keep us ignorant. Like Hosea 4:6 say, my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. So they don't, to keep us from knowing, from paying attention, from watching. Listen, man, we're not even concerned with the things that's most valuable and impactful to our souls. That's by design. It's a system. The system in place for that to happen, man. All right, but we praying that we be able to escape these things that happen. And the point I was getting to, keeping the commandments of the Most High, doing what He said to do, obeying Him, and one of those commandments is having faith in His Son, along with the other commandments that we know that's listed as practical. This is gonna be a hedge for us. So the game is, well, let me trick them to not keep these commandments, because then they open up their defenses for the adversary to come in and wash you out. This how that work a lot of times. All right, so it is paramount. It's important that we actually have a working relationship with the Most High, doing what He say. That's what sets you apart from the person saying, I believe in the Creator. However, you ain't doing nothing that the Creator said. And this ain't to bash nobody. This just laying out the facts. Just laying out the facts of how humanity is operating.
Man, we all need correction, King.
This exactly, including myself.
Correction is good. Anybody that hate correction, man, that won't help.
Yes, indeed, man. Let's go to Matthew 24. Matthew 24, then we're going to go to 2nd Ezra 15 after that. And I don't think I got nothing else for tonight, family, unless y'all got something to add from the chat in the comments. Matthew 24, where we going, though. Peace and blessing to everybody in the chat, everybody who over IG, Facebook, YouTube as well, man. Henry Perez, man, we were talking about that earlier, Sean. Henry Perez said, if you don't have a sword, sell your garments and buy a sword. This is facts.
And when we say sword, we do not mean a sword like Conan. We mean go get you a firearm. Just like the brother Paisley brought out earlier, he was saying the words have changed due to culture influences and due to time. So it's nothing wrong with owning a weapon to protect yourself. It's nothing wrong with protecting yourself. Let me say that. There's nothing wrong with, protecting you and those that you love. There's nothing wrong with that. If anybody tell you don't protect yourself, they don't love you, they don't care about you.
Facts.
I'm just telling you that. Straight up.
And you kind of breaking up a little bit too, Sean. I don't know what
I'm
that
breaking
is,
up.
man. Just a little bit, y'all.
Okay,
Even your audio, bro, on my end.
Let me see. Can you hear me better now?
I hear you. You got a little bit of robotic sound coming through a little bit.
Okay.
But indeed, man, I'll grab that real quick while you getting that Matthew 20 or that Matthew 24. So like bro bringing out, man, it is a reason, you know what I'm saying? It is necessary to have you some protection, defense, firearms. It's the Second Amendment say you got the right to bear arms, but guess what? The Second Amendment was put in place based off the idea from Most High giving rights.
Right.
You ain't gotta wait for nobody to tell you should you defend and protect yourself. Nah, you should do that anyway. Luke 22, verse 36 say, then said he unto them, but now he that hath a purse, let him take it, and likewise his scrip. And he that have no sword, no defending weapon, said, let him sell his garment and buy one. So a lot of people confuse with the cares of the life. You too busy thinking about your shoes. You too busy thinking about a pair of Jordans, a pair of Nikes. You still want to be dressing in designer. You still trying to find out if you gonna ride the foreign car. Listen, when they just that hurricane that just came through North Carolina, we just talked about the high purity minerals that go into the AI and the production of microchips and all these different things. Listen, man, the foreign cars ain't able to move without these chips. They striking at the border. They can't even get the foreign cars into the country. That's one of the direct impacts of the strike. Ain't no foreign cars coming in, but people are still thinking about that. Luke 22:36 said, "Man, sell your garment and buy a sword." So meaning the clothes on your back don't hold more value than you protecting yourself and your family, man. You got that Matthew 24, Shim?
And what we about to bring out in Matthew 24 is gonna be it's gonna be as the video description says. You know, this was already written. Now, if we take heed to it, we take heed to it. But if we don't, we don't. And we suffer the consequences thereof. But we finna go into these, we about to read this chapter and how we gonna make it pretty much relate to what's going on to now. We ain't gonna make it, it's just gonna be what it is. So what do you want me to start at, Shem?
Let's start with you can start with 1 if you want to.
Okay, this is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 1. And Jesus went out and departed from the temple, and his disciples came to him for to show him the building of the temple.
All right, and let me stop right here, because the cares of this life also include people who so hung up on words, not even understanding the audience is different. The message ain't just for you. And I'm saying it because the name that he used here. We understand the history, word process, and the alphabets and all that not being in place, J not being in existence at the time that the Messiah walked the earth. But the audience ain't just dependent on y'all who want to know. Man, this thing going out for those who need a physician. That's more of a target than the ones who saying that they healed, righteous, and know what's up. So keep that in mind, man.
So what the brother is bringing out is that we have a lot of people they don't use the word Jesus. They frown upon the word Jesus. But we know that according to scripture and history and from the text that it wasn't a J that existed during the time of Jesus. So Yahshua or, Yahshua, people call him, but we talking about everybody talking about the same person. We talking about the same person. Let's be clear on it. The Son of the Most High.
There you go.
That's what we believe in. So it say, and he went out and departed from the temple, and his disciple came to him for to show him the building of the temple. And Jesus said unto them, see ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left one stone upon another that should not be thrown down.
So they coming to show the Messiah, hey, look at this building, how beautiful it is, Solomon's temple. He like, listen, man, y'all focus on, bro, this temple gonna be torn down. You looking at the temple saying how beautiful, man, it's a day coming. This thing ain't gonna even be standing. You concerned with the wrong thing. This is disciples, family. Go ahead, Ken.
And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall all these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world?
This the question that all the believers should be tuned into. We want to know, what's the sign that the second coming gonna take place? You coming, and that it's the end of the world. So watch how he respond. Go ahead. This is how we know.
And Jesus answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you.
First thing he tell them out the gate, make sure don't nobody trick you, man. Make sure don't nobody trick you. Listen, every person got to work out their own salvation with fear and trembling. Make sure don't nobody fool you. Even the information we bringing out, go back into the Bible, research it, go back to the videos that we show, go research it. Don't just take our word for it. Go try it, go test it. But he said, take heed that nobody deceive you. How we gonna make sure nobody deceive us? Well, we gotta weigh up what's being said by mankind and humanity and go see if we can actually find it in the book. And if I can't find it in the book, God love everybody. If I can't find it in the book that everybody's the child of the Most High, if I can't find it in the book that this is the birthday of the Son of the Most High God and we should celebrate it, then it's a lie and it's deceit. And so many people deceive because they ain't reading it. Let's go, King.
It said, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many.
You're going to have people impersonate saying, yeah, I am him. And going to deceive you got guys in New Zealand. These folk got a literal following. They saying, well, this is him. They believe that that's Christ. Don't look nothing like what the book say. How is it that that's him, but the whole world don't know? Because the book tell me when he come, every eye gonna see him. I ain't gonna have to call, bro. Did you see that? Hey, man, no, everybody gonna see him. So people get deceived in that manner. Then you got some say, yeah, he is the Son of the Most High. He is who he said he is. But hey, just give me that tithes money. Tricking you out. Hey, just give me the money. Matter of fact, this is your year. This your year for prosperity, baby. I hear in the spirit, $200. Give that donation. Meanwhile, you got bombed 200 missiles. 200 missiles hitting the Israel state. Finna draw everybody into World War III. And he telling you that this your year. Lying and deceiving these folks. Blood on these folks' hand, man. Keep going, King.
And shall deceive many. And you shall hear of wars.
You gonna hear of the wars. Ukraine and Russia. You gonna hear these wars. Palestine, steady going back and forth. Hezbollah, Hamas. We hearing about these wars. Listen, and these ain't even talking about the small wars aside. Happening all throughout Africa. Happening throughout Asia. This ain't even talking about the small wars with Chirac. We ain't even talking about the wars that's going on in the neighborhoods. So you're going to hear about wars. And what did it say after that?
And rumors of wars.
And rumors of wars. So when we even examining that, guess what? When you're hearing about these rumors of wars, they might say, well, we heard that they bombed such and such and eliminated this particular key figure. That could be a rumor. They might not have even hit him. There might just be a plot from that country to make the enemy feel like y'all took out one of our key figures. So you're gonna hear wars and rumors of war. But like my brother said, hey, it ain't no rumor no more. It's going down. Let's go.
See that ye be not troubled.
Don't be troubled. Don't be so moved like bro brought out. The people rushing to the store, you buying out all the stuff like, bro, don't listen, you know, as y'all constantly buying this, you gonna need that.
You know why they do that, King? It just show that you don't believe.
There we go.
When you confident, you sit still. And you proactive. Like I always say it.
Come on with it.
The scriptures say a wise man foresee trouble and he hide himself. Meaning that what? Man, I'm paying attention. Okay, I'm constantly seeing the food. Everybody saying the food going up and the rent go up. But y'all ain't saving no food and no paper towels. We been on this. Been doing this. Not to be bragging, but just having stuff, buying up medicine, doing this, you know, putting things away. Been doing this because in the back of my mind, I saw the signs. I'm paying attention. I'm seeing what's going on. I'm staying vigilant. Yeah, I might hit a little party, chill a little bit, but guess what, King? Even with that, I'm fasting right now. I'm going on 30 days. You know, today the second day, but I'm doing a October fast, man. And I didn't even know all this. This was been planned. I planned this a few weeks ago, or 4 weeks ago, about fasting in October. I was like, in October, I'm gonna fast. You know what I'm saying? So this, you know, so they're just me just trying to examine myself and be more disciplined, bro. Because sometimes, man, we can't get, you know, it ain't, I'll say, man, in this world, everything is about balance, work-life balance. But it's a time for everything. And the time right now is to, man, be aware. And make sure that you safeguard yourself and those that you love, and you make proper preparation. As a man, it's our duty and responsibility to make sure that the people that we love are taken care of. It would be totally irresponsible of a real man. We ain't talking about boys. We talking about men. It'll be totally irresponsible for you to not put in safety measures to protect you and your family in case catastrophe hit on small, medium, or large scale. You know what I'm saying? So my point of saying is that we know it's gonna happen. Get ready. Yes, and I keep reading on, okay?
Keep going.
And it said, for all these things shall come to pass.
For all these things must
come to pass.
All these things, listen, don't be so shocked. Listen, this is why you ahead of the game. You ahead of the game because the master then gave you the game and told you, look, this what's gonna happen. You're gonna see these things occur. These are the events that you're gonna be able to see. Because the question, remember how we got here.
Right.
The disciples asked the perfect question that all believers was want to know. Man, how do we know he finna come back and it's the end of the world?
Excuse me.
So through that means, now we getting the game. Okay, so we know it's gonna be people deceiving folks, some posing as the Messiah, some who saying that they claiming a lot of deception. Just like what's going on, a lot of what we see, like when I showed the video earlier with the bombing, that ain't AI. And it's a lot of people being deceived because they watching videos this AI generated.
True.
All right, but he said it's gonna be that. Rumors of wars and wars.
He said, but the end is not yet.
The end is not yet. All this stuff got to happen.
Right.
Because in the midst of all these events unfolding, he paying these folk back for what they done to his chosen people, us.
I was thinking about that, King, just to expand on it, just for a little bit. Man, it's like in this world, in this nation that we live in, you can reach the top, you can do things, but bro, we have no culture, we have no identity. And when I say we, I'm talking about the so-called African Americans, what they call us. It's like, man, like a few of us do good, but a million of us don't. You see what I'm saying? And then it's just like, it's just oppression, bro. You feel oppressed.
Indeed.
You know what I'm saying? And people will say, like, you got the same opportunity I have. But that ain't true. It's not true, because you might think that in your heart as being you know what I'm saying, another white person, a white man, right? You might say like, well, DeMario, you live in a nice house. I live in a nice house. You drive, but it's a difference though. And it's a difference, and not because you are a bad person. A person is a difference because the system made it that way. And there ain't nothing that you or I can do to change it. You might want to fix it. You might want to say, man, like, I would want people to have equality as the other opposite race. But the truth of the matter is, King, is that when you look at it, man, it's like we looked at it as like an underclass society. And I don't like that feeling. No matter how much money you get, like, we'll never be respected as a nation, because look how they put us out on television. They disrespect us. We disrespect ourselves. We do all these things, bro. And so you might be the, you know what I'm saying, a well-mannered person. You know what I'm saying? A good person. But you got where they judge us as a whole. You know what I'm saying? So we don't get the good interest rates when we go apply for a loan. You know what I'm saying? Or things like that that's put in place, measures put in place to keep us over here and them over there. You know what I'm saying? We don't get the BO wealth.
This is true.
We don't come from generational wealth where we get a kickstart. It don't work like that, you know. So we behind the curve out, and we'll never catch up. We'll never catch up. So maybe we do need to restart. You know what I'm saying? Let the will of the Most High be done. But that's my take on it, bro. Like, you know, people never realize like all the trauma, all the everything that's been done to a group of people. It's like a soldier coming back from Iraq with PTSD that never getting help. And you telling him and we know everything is biological, bro, that you pass down your DNA. We know that, right? You pass down your DNA to your children. Real talk. To your children, it's in your, that's what they say, hey, this might be hereditary. You got heart problems, you got, you know what I'm saying, you got high blood pressure, it might be hereditary, because we pass, not only do we pass down things of this sort, but we also pass down suffering too, for real.
There's facts.
You know, so it's a lot of things that could be done that was never done to help our people. And now the world is up in flames. The world is up in flames, and that's all I'm gonna speak on it, King.
I praise the Most High, because with all that, like James Brown said, it's the big payback, baby. So with that being said, we gonna get recompense, because with everything like what you mentioned, Shem, the world can't repay us what's due to us for everything that has been imposed on us as a people. The only payback and the only way we're gonna get the get back is through the Most High. So tying into like what you saying, the programming, the billions, they spend billions, trillions even, if you count up the years and the centuries, to keep our people from focusing on stuff like that. And like what you saying, the opportunity gaps, this is very true. This don't have to be no grounds of nothing. A person saying, well, this is a thing, a conversation about ethnicity, competition. No, go look at the books and go find out what redlining is. And when you go study what redlining is, come back and tell bro, tell a fellow Israelite, a brown man or sister, let them know that, well, within redlining's definition, it included Asians. It included Caucasian. It don't. Go look up black codes too. You know what I'm saying? Go look up the pig laws, all those things. But however, with what the book's saying though, man, say the end is not yet. All these things got to come to pass. We gonna get that payback.
For nation shall rise against nation.
Nation gonna rise against nation. We seeing it.
Nationality against nationality.
Nationality against nationality. That's what's happening. Go ahead.
And kingdom against kingdom.
And kingdom against kingdom. This is your Ukraine and your Russia. This is Taiwan and talking about China want to invade them. This your North Korea and South Korea issues. This what's going on now with the Israel state and Iran bombing them. Lebanon and all, Yemen and all them included. This what's happening. All right, keep going.
And the book reads, and it says, and there shall be famines.
There shall be famines.
And pestilence.
Diseases. Go ahead.
And earthquakes.
Earthquakes. We've been seeing it happen, and we expecting one. They saying right now the San Andreas fault line is starting to be a little more active.
I saw that.
They predicting that California finna break off from the country altogether.
I'm glad I didn't get that job out there,
Hey. So along with that,
right,
they saying that the middle of the country, Memphis, is on a certain fault line where the whole United States is supposed to be split into 3. Keep going.
And it said earthquakes in diverse places, and all these are the beginning of sorrows.
Say all these are the beginning of sorrows, fam. This ain't, listen, it's just getting started. This is what the master is conveying to the disciples and conveying to today's believers as we read this. Said, oh, this is the beginning of sorrow, sadness. Keep going.
Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and you shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake.
So this prophecy unfold too. So you're going to be hated of all nations, including your own Israelite, Hebrew, for his name's sake. So they're going to deliver us. Why? Because you constantly speaking this truth. You constantly bringing out this word of the Most High that's convicting the souls of the people who okay with the dark kingdom.
And I'm gonna expound on that, King, to bring light to this certain point right here.
Come on
Think
with
about all the celebrities that spoke out saying that they was the Israelites. What happened to them? Kodak Black did it. Guess what? He went to jail. Kanye West did it. What happened to him?
Black Baldwin.
Nick Cannon did it. What happened to him?
Same thing.
Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston, all these people spoke on it. And guess what? Their career was over with. They either died, something happened to them. Real talk. So I'm gonna go ahead on this, and they shall kill you, and you should be hated of all nations for my name's sake. And then shall many be offended, and betray one another, and shall hate one another.
Many gonna be offended and betray one another. These are things that preceding. And the betrayal coming in from different means. Some of the people, the fear that you see them operating in, when the world shut down in 2019, 2020, you seen people go get their scorpion bite because they was afraid and they didn't want to lose their job. Man, the Most High was exposing where people's faith was at. The same people who was fearful, man, them the ones you better been and marked them. Because for fear, they said, well, I love this job more than I love my own temple. I feel like I can't make it. I don't love the Most High enough to trust him through this thing. I need to go get the scorpion bite. So what you think they'll do to you? Because they have courage of this, like they'll swap you out for a loaf of bread. I'm trying to tell you, they'll swap you out to get that mark. They want to be able to still operate in the dark kingdom. So fear driving these people is what's gonna have them betraying a lot of folks. Then don't even get into the other account where they gonna believe that they doing the will and the work of the Most High when they doing it.
That's what's up, King.
Go ahead, what you finna say?
Cause you see, like right now, the world is going digital.
Yes, it is.
So with digital, they can control the people more. With their cash, that's why even with electric cars, you see gas cars. We need to get rid of the gas cars. They want to be able to control you. They're gonna be ready. See, with a gas car, you can't shut me down.
I'm trying to tell them.
But with the electrical car, I can shut you down. I can shut your credit card off. I can shut your debit card, all those, but I can't shut your cash off. You see where I'm going with this? So it's good having these phones and all that, but that's how they track you. That's how they keep up with you. That's how you go to the store and you go look at you start looking at a coat, a nice coat or something. You go to the mall. You come back, look at your TV. It's a commercial of the coat. You know what I'm saying? These folks, it's for real. This is for real, and not, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I just pray that not only that people be strong, that I be strong myself during these times, but just know that make yourself self-sufficient as you can in order to not be able to in order to not even be to a point where you're ready to compromise your integrity or your, you know, for something. And in order to alleviate that or do away with it, it's all about your preparedness, straight up, and your belief. And your belief.
Off top.
Yeah.
Indeed. And that's their fasting kicking and drawing closer to the Most High. All right, go ahead with the next part of it, though, family.
It said, and shall many shall be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another.
So let me stop. I gotta go there. So what I'm saying, this other message in the chamber for us searching ourselves. I'm gonna say our sin in the end is what's gonna destroy us if we don't correct it. So in this case, where you have some people, they ain't mastered or worked on and identified the fact that they really hold grudges against other people. They really got hate for their neighbor. They get mad and offended so quick about certain things. Man, that can be the same reason and foundation what's going to inspire you to betray your loved one. Because you just get offended and mad about it so fast. You finding a reason to condemn the person before you finding a reason to save them.
That's what's up.
The people that if you operating like mine, we gotta check ourselves.
And that's even go for me, King, because sometimes I can get hot headed, bro.
Man, that's all us.
You know, I can get angry quick, so sometimes I have to, you know, that hit home with myself, bro. Like I gotta watch myself when I'm like that.
Indeed, bro. All us.
Right.
We ain't none of us immune from it. That's why it's a constant thing. We gotta die daily, like the book say. Yup. Keep going.
And it said, and many false prophets shall arise and shall deceive many.
Yes, indeed.
And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold.
The love of many shall. We ain't gonna have that compassion for our neighbors. We seeing it. Keep going though.
But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved.
But he that shall endure to the end, the same gonna be saved. So we've been deceived to think that, well, what in these scriptures that the master's talking about, these red letters, anybody saying that they following the Messiah, where did he mention somebody being taken up and not experiencing and seeing these things in their whole part? He talking to this man, he said, you gonna be delivered over to be killed. So I'm saying it's something that they gonna escape this thing. They got some type of VIP ticket where they ain't gonna have to see the destruction and the trauma. Nah, we gotta go through it. He went through it. He had to pray and ask them, man, take this cup from me, Father. Nevertheless, your will be done. So I don't want to go through this being crucified, but your will is perfect. I gotta yield to your will, Father. So you got other people feeling like who's been taught and deceived to think they ain't gonna have to go through nothing.
Right.
This is the Son of the living God.
That's right, King.
For real, man. I'm trying to tell you, that being deceived, but you have to read. Reading is fundamental, but comprehension is key. And then you can hit that last verse, and if you got some on it, then we'll go to the second Ezra 15.
All right. It said, and the gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. So now, y'all, I know brothers been not recently, like for like 20 years, like 15, 20, I don't know. It's been a while for me, 10, 15 years maybe. A lot of people been seeing these brothers on the corner preaching the word for a long time. And now videos been going out. Now everybody going around, hey, they the Hebrews. People, the knowledge has increased in the earth. Why? Because you got YouTube, you got TikTok. And the same way that they use these things for evil against us, the Most High use it for good. Now the word is spreading out. Like even when you look at COVID, during COVID, a lot of podcasts was made. A lot of knowledge was going out. People was able to sit down and take a time out for a minute. Sometimes God put you in time out. Sit us down, break your leg, put you in jail, anything to just slow you down just a little bit so you can take it all in and examine what's going on around you. Sometimes we have to be thankful for that just to be able to, because we working, you taking care of the children, you got to, you know what I'm saying, you got friends, you got your personal life that you do every day. So when are you spending time with yourself? I made a promise to myself, King, every morning before I go to work, 30 minutes, I'm gonna read. I'm gonna wake up, I'm gonna read a book. I'm reading a book now. I'm gonna finish a book per month, but just to give me my time to myself to think, to refresh my mind, to know what's going on, just to be sharper, so don't get sucked up, y'all. Don't get sucked up. You want that Ezra's, King?
Yeah, we go second Ezra 15. That's a blessing having that goal. Y'all work that mind, that brain muscle.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
This is the book of, you want 15 verse 19 or 17?
Start with 14.
14. Okay. Let me see. 15.
Your second Esdras 15, family.
Okay. Let me get it, King. Give me 1
This
second.
is where we coming from. We coming out this book right here, y'all. For those who don't know. So many deceived because they don't have this book too. Missing pieces, missing books from the scriptures. Help you connect the dots to make sense of what's going on in these times, man.
Second Esdras 15. What, King? 17?
Oh, 14.
14. This is the book of Second Esdras, chapter 15, verse 14. It said, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and their destruction draw near, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, with swords in their hands."
And swords in our hands. One people, they go to another war, civil war. And these people, you know what I mean? Like it's saying, it said, woe to the world. That means sorrow, great derision, great distress. Woe to the world and them that dwell in. Said the sword and destruction is nigh. It's at the door, family. Keep going.
For, excuse me, for there shall be sedition among men.
Sedition, that's when uproar or uprising of the people against the government. We've been seeing this. This happening all in Mexico. We don't, we don't vote. But the people ain't trusting these candidates.
And then
for
just
presidency.
Imagine what might transpire in November. Well, what if it go either way with the tension set right now? Just imagine what kind of chaos that would be.
You can order this book off Amazon too, sis. My fault, King.
This book is also on the 1611.
There you go.
You can get this. It's the same. So they just took it out, but this is the old.
Yes, indeed. 1611. I already got those 14 books of the Apocrypha with the canon, with the 66, giving you 80 books collectively. And then you can even download it on the app, man. So the word, the truth, like you said, the gospel gonna go out into all the earth, and then shall the end come. Ain't nobody gonna have an excuse, man. So yup, you can get your Apocrypha downloaded on your phone, the digital version, if you want to. You got it, Ken.
And invading one another.
And doing what?
And invading one another.
And running up in one another's houses. I think either Ladarius or Keanu was talking about this in the chat. It's coming to that time where people gonna be door to door running into other people's houses. So earlier we talked about having a sword to defend you and your family. Having some protection. That's where it's gonna come into place if we still here at that time. Go ahead, Ken.
They should not regard their kings nor princes.
So they don't care what prestigious level you at. They don't care if you a governor. They don't care what your status is. They're like, man, we running in your house. We want what you got. So what is the mindset of people? Look, we got things in place right now that if you do harm,
police
you do harm. Man, them folks trying to hide you. They might send you out to one of these secret prisons, torture you to death. They might try to pull one of these moves on you, with the guys who give away the military intel to the other side. Yeah, go hide you in a prison somewhere in Antarctica. Don't nobody know what happened to you if you try to make a threat to certain people in key positions like in government. But They said at this time, them folks ain't thinking nothing about that, family. Keep going unless you got something on it.
No, you right, King.
Good.
Nor princes.
Mm-hmm.
And the course of their actions shall stand in their power.
The course of their actions is going to stand in it. So as much damage that they can do, whatever ability, whatever level they can take it to, man, they going to take it there.
That's right.
They ain't setting no type of limit. They like, man, if I can, it's going to be terrible, man. If they can, you talking about the Purge movie. You talking about the Purge movie combined with, what what's the other movie? Book of Eli combined with what's the road of Furiosa, Mad Max. That's what I'm looking for. All these things combined all together, bro.
I'm with you, King. And that it's like, so you know, I work out at the gym, right? I go to a little gym or whatnot, and I noticed that these group of Arab men, like probably like 10 of them, they work out together every day. Now I ain't trying to, you know, put down on them or say nothing, but I noticed it in the gym. I'm like, okay, and they noticed me too, cause I'm vigilant, you know, and I'm looking around, and I'm, you know, but I noticed that I'm starting to see certain things transpire that I know for a fact that this is true. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people forming alliances with each other, ready to move, ready to do what they gonna do. And then we had the border wide open. We had that border open for a long time. And who knows who came through there. And they was letting out they criminals. They was releasing they people from the jail to come over here. So what you gonna think they gonna do when they used to killing for what they want? You know what I'm saying? And the ports stay closed, and it's a food shortage. Man, it's gonna be a nightmare.
Man. Yes, indeed, man. So we stay ahead of the game with the scripts, taking heed to the word, not just being hearers, but being doers. All right, go ahead with what you got, Shem.
And a man should excuse me. And a man should desire to go into a city and should not be able.
And listen, that's happening on levels right now. Like I talked about, they got the roads closed from North Carolina that a lot of people, they can't even leave North Carolina right now. If they do, they have to take an alternate route. But if, like, those who want to travel west, if they wanted to come to Tennessee, like, oh, that's closed. And they said that, bro, them folks said it's supposed to be closed to September 2025. So this is the level of the damage that the hurricane did. What they saying, in order for us to repair these roads and these ways of traveling, bro, it's going to take us to 2025 to get all this stuff fixed. And so the people can't come, they can't leave the city in that means. Not in that way. But it's coming another time where, listen, which it'll be another message in itself for that to be covered, but you got the Real ID Act. Or the desire that people, you're not going to be able to move around unless you got what they call the Real ID. Your license and your ID got to have these stars on it, at least here in America. So a man a desire to go into it, you want to leave and you can't. That's what it's talking about. Keep going.
For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled. The houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid.
Because of their pride, the cities, this is one of the main places, going to be terrible in the cities. The cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. We talking about a time where grown men, dude 6'9", pure muscle, he shook, he scared. What time you gotta take that in and imagine it. If this dude here is afraid, and this ain't just no guy who just, you know, his wrist bent or he been a coward. Now what he seeing got him shook up. Imagine the time that is. Imagine the time that the people on, like they say, in that hour.
Right.
Keep going.
And a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword.
With the sword.
And spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation.
So like Shem said earlier, controlling people through their stomach for the lack of bread. Because it ain't enough food. And we seen it on a low level.
Right.
They run into the stores to buy all the tissue and paper towels out and everything else. That's just fear to say, man, I want to have some food in case nothing else come through here. That's just phase 1. Phase 2, ain't no food coming and we running out of food.
Right.
We gotta get it some. I heard such and such.
I heard he got some meatloaf over there.
He got meatloaf. I smell some on the grill right now.
Oh boy, y'all know them nostrils gonna be good in them days, ain't
I'm trying to tell them. So then in those cases, family,
right?
man, it's beyond a nightmare. But it said for the lack of bread, so fasting is important. Training ourselves on how to go without food.
I'm trying to eat only once a day, King. That's my goal. I just want to eat once a day.
I feel you.
I'm trying, but you gotta really just discipline yourself and train your body. That's all it is. Just like a muscle, your body, it's muscle memory. Your body, once you get your body used to eating a certain diet and eating a certain way, it's gonna stay consistent. Think about the gorilla. I tell people all the time, the gorilla is the most strongest. We're one of the most strongest animals. He eat lettuce and he's a vegan. You know what I'm saying? So the stuff that we eat, the meat and all this stuff that we eat all the time, that's just overconsumption. You really don't need it. Really is bad for you. It's not made for us to. Now I'm not saying that it's like every now and then you can eat whatever eat a little piece of chicken or something, or eat, some people might want to have a steak. I don't know. But it's not made for us to eat on a consistent basis like that. It's not.
That's true. That's true, man. So let's keep going though, Shem.
Gotcha. And it said, behold, said God, I will call together all the kings of the earth to reverence me, which are from the rising of the sun, from the south, from the east, and the Lebanus.
And family, when you look at that, you do your research on, that's talking about Lebanon. That's talking about what's called today Lebanon, and they active right now. But the Most High said he gonna call together all the kings of the earth, all the rulers, your presidents, your prime ministers. He said, I'm gonna call all of them together to reverence me. Saying that, well, listen, y'all gotta pay back what's been went on. Listen, you gonna do what I done told you, what I put in y'all hearts to do. All right, so from the rising of the sun, we know the sun rise from the east, set in the west. From the south and from the east and Lebanus, go ahead.
To turn themselves one against another, and repay the things that they have done to them. Because our people don't remember about we always like to talk about the Atlantic slave trade when the European had us in captivity, but we never talk about the sub-Saharan slave trade. 500 years before the European even came into the slave trade, the Islamic, the Arabs was trading us. The Arabs had us in slavery. So the reason why you around here talking about some assalamu alaikum is because they conquered you, and you want and in order to survive, you became what you known as a Muslim. You converted to their religion. But we always like to talk about the white slave trade, but the Arab slave trade was way more brutal. Way more brutal. They castrated you. It was brutal. And they kept you at a caste system for real. Like they probably went, it was like no way that you can do certain things. It was over with. I'm not saying that the European was better, because I think any type of in slavery of our people is it ain't none of it good. But don't get into this, my people. Don't pick no side. It's people to my man, free Palestine. Did you know the history of what they did to you when you went, man, 500, 600 years ago, what they do to you? Do you know how they feel about you? When you go into these stores, how do they talk to you? Do they say, come on, man, let's start a business up together? No, we spending money with them. They in our neighborhood getting all our money and not giving us a good return on our investment. They don't reinvest their money with us. They send their money back overseas. So I don't have a dog in the fight. I love that scripture. Matter of fact, I'm gonna read it again.
Come on with it.
It states that behold, said the Most High God, not Paisley, not DeMario. Who did say? It said the Most High God. I will call together all the kings of the earth to reverence me.
Yes, indeed.
Is Vladimir Putin a king?
Yeah, he is.
Is Kim Jong-un, is that a king?
Yeah, he will be considered.
Is President Xi Jinping, is he a king?
Yes, indeed. Rulers, man.
Is Netanyahu, is he a king?
Come on with it.
Biden considered a king. Trump considered a king. All these, we call them presidents and prime ministers, but guess what? In these days, they was kings because they rulers of countries. They kings. And it reads, of the earth to reverence me, which are from the rising of the sun, from the south, from the east, and Lebanus, to turn themselves one against another. Man, you think no, the Most High got the Most High is better than your AK-47, bro.
I'm trying to tell you.
Not saying that you shouldn't protect yourself, but God ain't no get back like how God get back.
Come on with it.
For real. It ain't no get back like him. He get back with tornadoes, earthquakes, storms, famine, pestilence, some that you can't escape. Real talk. So man, I'm kind of, like, don't be afraid. Look at this as a great thing. This actually, what's going on in the earth, yes, it's gonna be hell to pay. But when we make it through and hold ourselves together, it's gonna be rewarding too.
Come on with it.
And that's just facts.
Yeah. Read the last part of the verse though, Shane.
20.
The end part of 20.
Okay. And it said, and I repay the things that have been done to them.
And repay the things that have been done to them. They gotta pay for that. So all this going on for our good. But ultimately, what the master told us, the one that endured to the end. So you don't go out and start being a person that's so concerned with the cares of life. You don't just go back into your sin and wallow in it. You still battling it, even until the end. Said that those people are the ones who gonna be saved in the end. Keep going, Shem.
And it said, like as they do yet this day unto my chosen, they still doing this to this day.
Come on with it.
They still locking us up. They still, poisoning our water. They still giving us the lowest paid jobs. They still giving us the poorest education. They still, just doing whatever the hell they want to do with us. You know what I'm saying? Putting fake politicians in charge of us, and we not getting anything out of our neighborhood, still suffering, filled with crime. Our people still to the point where, we ain't made it at the whole. We bad. We doing bad as a nation. Like I said, a few of us might do good, but and mainly the ones at the top, they be sellouts. They sold for a pot of gold.
Man, come on.
And so the things that they have done to us, we might have forgot. You might have forgot about slavery and all the things that happened. You might have forgot about the Jim Crow. You might have forgot about, us getting raped, hung, and ostracized, and you know what I'm saying, put at the bottom of the barrel, called niggers. You might forget to spit on. You might forget about all that. But man, God, he didn't forget. He didn't forget about that. And there got to be some payback for that.
Yes, indeed. Your camera doing something too, Shem.
Yeah, my battery on the cam link went out, but we good, Shem. I'm gonna finish up.
For sure, come on.
And it reads, behold, say God, hold on, we at 21, right?
Yeah.
Like as they do yet this day to my chosen, chosen, so will I do also in recompense in their bosom, thus say the Most High God.
Indeed, man. And so, family, everything to just take from, again, the golden agenda for tonight's, conversation, message, all together was just to connect the dots and make sense of why it matters of what's going on, why Iran sent 200 missiles over and bombed the Israel state. How would that event affect us as a people and the world all together? So, matter of fact, for those who came in late, let's show the video one more time before we get out of here. Show it to y'all, because everybody ain't saw this. Everybody ain't saw it. This ain't AI generated. Hold up. Hold on. This ain't AI generated. This was going on. There we go.
No! You! Ay! والله هذا
It's raining missiles. 200. They said they sent 200, and y'all see as they land them and it's making contact. When it touch the ground, it's hitting the building, it's hitting the street. Man, that means there's a high potential of life being lost. So after 200 missiles being launched from Iran, which is biblically your Medes, you got to know that the state of Israel, they going to want to respond. They said that the response is going to be severe. When they do, understand that America is an ally to the Israel state. China is an ally to the Iranians. Russia is an ally to China and the Iranians. All the key figures are in place, family, for that's going to lead up to that domino effect of it being a World War III, which will change everything that we know to be life as today. When will it happen? We don't know. But that's the only question. When, not if. Let me finish this video. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, man. All right, family. So, questions, comments, or concern, man, before we close out. Who's being attacked in that video are the state of Israel. The Israelis.
Right.
Are being attacked by Iran. So the Jewish state was being attacked by Iran. Any question, comments, or concern before we close out? So there's a point of prophecy. Prophecy is important, family, for the timeline for us to know that the salvation is closer than it ever been. Judgment is closer. The final judgment is closer than it ever been.
Store your food, store your water, protect yourself, exercise, but most importantly, exercise their brain with the scripts for sure. You know, get your spirit right. Man, try your best to get your spirit right. I'm praying to get my spirit right, to get myself right in general as well. But at the same time, be prepared. You know what I'm saying? Much as you can. Be prepared much as you can. That's why I say it's important, and I always stress the point of team building. We spoke the other night about group economics, and hit a lot of pointers on there as far as people coming together, pooling their resources together. Man, get to know your brother, get to know your sister. Man, it's just the time right now. Cause that man at your right hand or that sister at your side, man, that's gonna be the in these when this pop off, when stuff go down like that, man, somebody that you can trust, somebody that you can talk to, somebody that has your back. So watch the bridges that you burn. This is not the good time right now to be burning any bridges. You know what I'm saying? So prepare yourself. Make sure that you straight. Make sure that you have the necessities that you need, at least that can last you for 2 months. Let me say that. I ain't gonna. I'm gonna be realistic. You know what I'm saying? People might, it's hard for you to say I'm gonna do this for a year. Just do it daily first. Lay one brick at a time. Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Let's see. Let's see. Questions, comments, and concern. I'm gonna roll back through here through the chat section. Let's see. Questions, comments, and concern. As far as Zechariah 9 tying into it, I definitely see that tying into it. Also speaks of our ingatherment that'll lead to our redemption. Yes, indeed. Should look up what Zach means in Hebrew. Sure enough remembers. Okay. The real Hamashiach 25. Yeah, that's in the land of Israel. The return is close. So he thought that was fireballs. How do we endure these times? What's our instruction biblically? What I say to prepare any person beyond anything, and this me, from my studies, your paramount top preparation is gonna be linking in with the Most High. So in order for him to speak to us and us to hear him more clearly, sin will blind us from seeing him move, and sin will deafen our ears from hearing him speak. So with that being said, or like the book tells us about wisdom come in and make us more clean. We love the discipline. The discipline is what keeps us from transgression. The lack of transgression makes us give us the assurance of incorruption, and not being corrupted makes us friends with the Most High, which brings us to a kingdom. So the faith is involved in it. Your belief in the Most High. And your belief in the Most High is going to cause you to do what he said. Not what you want to do. Not what the next person is saying, but what he said. So how can you do what he say if you ain't listening and reading his word? All right. So preparation, and through that, that's where you get those guides. He said he going to be a guide to all them that keep his commandments. That's in 2nd Esdras. All right. So I hope that answers your question, Meyer. To be slow to anger and speaking quick. To listen mentally is what brings us close to hear Aya's calling. Okay. Let me see what y'all saying over on YouTube. I can't see if y'all asking the question over Facebook. Forgive me. Again, I always say that I don't know why this platform don't show me the comments and everything from Facebook. Wayne Richards said, what happened in North Carolina? That's where he lived. So you may, the Most High have you in Goshen. But the hurricane came through there, man. You know a hurricane came through North Carolina. Unless you've been under a rock or something. I don't know.
What did he say, Kane?
He said, what happened in North Carolina? That's where he lived. Yeah, the hurricane came through there. You're expecting some more.
Right.
So you see the Saharan desert returning to life. I saw that. So found that in their scripture. It's saying the Saharan desert, a desert now. Well, only greenery you usually gonna see is those things that's like cactus or whatever. Cacti, if that's how you pronounce it. But it's turning green, Shem. It's grass and everything starting to grow in the desert.
Oh man, the Great Reset.
Man, bro said they blocked off the cities. I heard from him. Where the part was, okay, you talking about that part. Oh, I was saying that what I saw was that the roadways in western North Carolina, they said the roadways are blocked off to where the people can't travel whatever road system it is that y'all got
Right.
in western North Carolina to get from that end of North Carolina to Tennessee. That's closed off. And they saying it ain't gonna be repaired to 2025.
Yep. That's why I saw that article too. Kane, ask the people in the chat who are all getting ready. What are they doing to get ready?
My y'all. Well, they heard you loud and clear.
What you do spiritually, you know, what are you doing? How many people can honestly say that their household right now is prepared right now for 3 months, for 90 days? 90 days. And if your answer was no to that question, there should be a new goal. There should be a new goal. Let me get, even if I have to pool with some of the people in the chat, talk to some people in the chat, or like we were saying, don't let this just what we sit up here talking and it just go out your ear and you don't really take nothing from it, but a good lesson and a good feel good speech at the time, and then we go back to reverting back to what we've been doing. No, actually take action. What we call me and the brother is doing, we calling on our people to take action. To really take action, man. Take action. Start, even if it's canned goods, store them up. Store them up. Water, store it up. And I ain't saying these things, you know, are gonna give you a straight getaway. I'm not saying it, but man, make sure that you got something for your family. Make sure y'all straight. Make sure your children have what they need or what you could think that they might need. Store up on Tylenol, cold medicine, Band-Aids, first aid kits, batteries, flashlights, things of that sort. Bags of rice, cooking oil, heating oil, lamp oil. Things that you don't even find like that you would never think that you would need. Get you a battery powered watch. Like start thinking like what things that I would need if I was in this situation and you know, and I couldn't go to the store for 90 days. What would I need? How would I feed myself? How would I take care of myself? Real talk. If the power out, what I'm gonna do? I need me a good book. I can give me a deck of cards. I can something to occupy my mind where I won't go crazy. Cause don't you know what happened when these phones start working? Some people gonna kill themselves when these phones start working. I'm for real, Paisley.
No, I'm listening for real. I'm with you. That's facts.
Some people gonna be really. Have you ever took a phone away from a child and told them they couldn't see the iPad no more? They go crazy because it's something that they always have. It's so accessible. You see what I'm saying? That's why in the military, the first thing they do is they take everything away from you. They shave your head, give you a new pair of clothes, take your phone, everything that you got, they take it away from you. And so for weeks and weeks and weeks at a time, you will end up forgetting about the phone. I forgot I forgot even how to use it. Cause while you in basic training, you see what I'm saying? So we need to put ourselves in basic training.
And that's on point. That's a perfect segue. Keep going, Sean.
Oh, that's just I really want to hit it home on it because I want the people to really get something out of this, bro. I really want them to take something from this message and be like, man, I'm glad I prepared myself in some type of way. You know, I didn't have what I'm used to having, but I got something. For real. Because if everybody, like you always say, Shem, you said if everybody do a little, nobody have to do a lot. You know, start pooling your resources together with the people that you know that's around you, that's closer to you. Because you might not be able to get with us. We might be too far in this state or this state. I'm just saying worst case scenario, fam. We ain't saying that this gonna happen, but in the light if it do happen, you'll be prepared. That's all I had, Shem.
All right. So I want to show before we close out to answer that question about how do we prepare biblically. So without me just commentating and not showing the scripture. So I'm in 2nd Esdras 16. 2nd Esdras 16. I'm gonna start with 67. It says, "Behold, the Most High himself is the judge. Fear him. Leave off from your sins and forget your iniquities, to meddle no more with them forever. So shall the Most High lead you forth and deliver you from all trouble." So we got to purge ourselves. Even like what you saying, that's why it was a beautiful segue, what you talking about how the military do. We got to start weaning ourselves off the world. These habits and these strongholds that we suffer from. The different things that get you. Lust being one of the main things that so many people deal with. And lust is not just something that's always contingent and based off you looking at somebody's shaped body and a figure thinking about, you know what I mean, the bed chambers. You can have a lust for some money. You can have a lust to rob. You want to rob somebody. You can have a lust that you want to steal something. You can have a lust to fulfill that anger that you have. I just love to give violence. I love to check people. I love to call people out. Some people got a lust for backbiting. So I'm just saying as an example, those we got to purge ourselves, search ourselves. What's wrong with you? Not what's wrong with the next person all the time. So this is a part of the preparation. How do we prepare biblically for these times and these things? Here you go, right here. Continuing on. Said, to meddle no more with them forever. So shall the Most High lead you forth and deliver you from all trouble. For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you and feed you, being idle, with things offered unto idols. So you ain't busy in the work of the Most High. So they gonna take away something. You're gonna be removed from what you used to and comfortable with. It said, being idle, they gonna feed you things that's offered to idols. That is your abominable foods. So there's starvation, like the book tells us, to so many people. Your belly is your God. That's who you faithful to. That's what you yield to. That's what controls you. Your lust control you. You got a lust for food. That's what control you. And being so, because you haven't controlled it, they able to roll out, are you hungry? Like Antiochus did to them folks. Are you, here go, hey, listen, you got some pork ribs and you gonna gobble it up. Because the mind and the discipline of the Most High ain't gonna be present in that person. They haven't prepared themselves spiritually to detach themselves from this world. Still bound by the cares of this life, like what we talked about earlier in the message. Continuing on, it's 69. It said, and they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach and trodden underfoot. So when you submit to this beast system, when you yield to them, listen, it's going to be to your own destruction. It ain't going to be no win-win. You think you trading out the Most High and yielding to your flesh to get some type of seat in this, man, this system going to be destroyed. And the people who you think going to save you from it, they going to trodden you under their foot. They gonna harm you. They gonna hurt. They'll kill you. But if we ain't preparing our spirit to know that everybody ain't a child of the Most High, let me purge myself, pour out everything that's paisley, get everything that's paisley out the way so I can get more of the Holy Spirit in me, more of what the Most High is in me. Because he didn't make me to be who I want to be. He made me to be who he wanted me to be. Who he wanted you to be, not who you think you're supposed to be. Then we can hear clearly. I continue on verse 7. For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Most High. A group of people coming together, not just against anybody, it said against the people that fear the Most High. How do we know we fear the Most High? When we keeping his commandments, when we got faith in his son, when we doing what he say, not what the next person said, not what Paisley said if it ain't lining up with the book. But when we fear the Most High, we obey him and keep his commandments. So those going to be the targeted people. Continuing on, verse 71. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Most High. Reiterated. It ain't worried about the people that don't fear the Most High. They not worried about the ones who ain't doing what the Most High said to do, because you're not a threat to the system. Because you're okay with how the system is moving. You okay with the dark kingdom and all the, let the homosexuals run wild. Let the nihilists and people who want to do however, live their life how they want to, run with them. You with one of them, or the people who not preparing. This is what it's telling us. But the ones who fear the Most High, we gonna be targets. Verse 17 or 72 says, for they shall waste and take away their goods. Watch this. And cast them out of their houses. Another form of preparation. We detaching from saying, well, yeah, we inhabiting these places. The apartment, the house, the condo, whatever, even the vehicle. But if I didn't have it, would I still serve the Most High? That's what it's gonna go down to. If I had to sleep in the streets, if we had to sleep in it, will we still be faithful to the Most High? That's what it's telling us. I'm gonna read it again. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Then shall they be known who are my chosen. So it ain't the one who's saying, yeah, I rock with the Most High, I'm gonna do what he say. When that pressure get put on us, when they put that real squeeze on us, you ain't got nowhere to live, family. Then we gonna see who is who. Like we talk about we promoting it, being prepared, of course, because that's gonna matter. We want to hold it over till we get to that point. It even say they're gonna waste their goods, so that lets you know them folk been prepping. However, beyond that, the level past that is the birth pains increase. Is telling us right here, family. It said when they get cast, then we gonna know who his chosen is. And they shall be tried as the gold in the fire. We got to go through it in order to know if we real to him. Verse 74, here we go. Here go that guide though, the preparation. This is what it all boiled down to. It says, hear, O ye my beloved, saith the Most High. Behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. Be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for the Most High is your guide. Watch this. And the guide of them who keep my commandments and precepts, saith the Most High power. Let not your sin weigh you down, and let not your iniquities lift up themselves. So we got to be battling ourselves within. If we just going about doing what we want to do, how we want to do, you ain't battling yourself. I'm not battling myself. But he said he gonna guide the ones that say, I'm gonna sacrifice me for it to obey what he said. Verse 77. Woe be unto them that are bound with their sins and covered with their iniquities, like as a field is covered over with bushes, and a path thereof covered with thorns that no man may travel through. It is left undressed and is cast into the fire to be consumed therewith. And that's how that whole chapter and book ends. So the way the preparation, yeah, we're going to prep first. Everything is spiritual. So we're going to prep spiritually, purging from this system. Getting ourselves from being aligned with this kingdom and aligning ourselves with the kingdom of light. On the same token, we prepping physically too, because these bodies, as long as we in them, we still got to eat, still got to sleep, still need something to drink to not be thirsty. So yeah, we're going to stockpile what we have. We're going to go buy that medicine. We're going to get those herbs and stock all that up too. But we understand that the end of all these things is what it began with, and that's the spirit. And we want to be guided by the Lord of spirits, who is the Most High, man. All right. So I just wanted to show that because I commentated on it earlier. I just mentioned it. I ain't show no scriptures. And the question was biblically. So I wanted to show it biblically. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So any other question, comments, or concern before we close out? We knocking on the door at 11 o'clock at night, which is beautiful to me. But I know, everything still got to continue on for others. So I'm not seeing anything. No question in the chat over YouTube. Let's see. Yup, canned goods, fasting, reading the word. Keep getting ready. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. All right, man. So I don't see nothing else. So with that, family, we let that last of the message resonate in our spirit, man. Let us not allow this just to be a good conversation, like bro said. Remember what he was saying, man. Prepping and getting those things, man, that we necessities. And a lot of the things that you go prep with and that you get, break away from for those who may feel like, you know, it always got to be name brand. When it come down to survival, a person gonna have to deal with, of course, within the guidelines of the Most High, you know, what they can, you know what I mean, to get through. You might not be able to have no season. I'm sure we ain't gonna have a lot of seasonings for our foods and stuff like that if we be the ones that actually see this thing come to pass. So get used to that. You know, you can start trying your foods without the seasonings, really, to get a kick of it. You know what I mean? Prepping right now, because it's gonna be a culture shock for a lot of people who have not prepared themselves spiritually, mentally in the first place. All right. Peace and blessings to everybody. Smash the like button if you haven't. I pray the word was edifying, man. Let's stay on it. Let's not go back to sleep as far as being distracted. Let's stay on it. Peace and blessing to the chosen, man. Shalom, shalom.